Okay. That was fun. Before we start making the bricks, I want to show you a few size variations, so you can choose what works best for your project. This was my first brick. It was really tiny. I imagined building a perfectly scaled miniature house, small, detailed, and fun to build. But at this size, it wasn't very fun. The bricks were hard to handle, and even harder to stack and align. Then I made the bricks slightly bigger, just to make them easier to handle. Well, that was the plan. But even at this size, I still found them difficult to lay properly. I finished 2 projects using these bricks, the cabin and the mini house. After completing both builds, I decided it was time to go even bigger. Now, take a look at the size. Much bigger than the previous 2 bricks. These bricks make the build faster, and the results look much tidier. While making this video, I was also working on another mini house build using these bricks. The difference is huge. Compared to the smaller ones, these bricks are much more enjoyable to work with. For the first time, I actually enjoyed laying bricks for a miniature house. In this video, I'll show you how I make these bricks from scratch. Now, let's get started. From the very beginning. Designing the mold. The first step is creating the brick model. I use SketchUp for this, and the free web version is more than enough. I chose this brick shape. It's called a frogged brick. In real life, this shape creates a stronger bond when the bricks are laid correctly. I hoped it would work the same way for this miniature build. For the size, I went with 23 by 11 by 7 millimeters, but you can choose any size you like. Once the shape and size are set, arrange the bricks inside a container. This container will hold the silicone and cover all the brick models. You can adjust the container size to match your 3D printer bed. This is the result we're aiming for. A silicone mold ready for brick casting. Just make sure the silicone fills the container all the way to the top, fully covering every brick model. I've been making bricks this way for quite some time now. I've tried different sizes and shapes, and they've all given good results. I hope it works just as well for you. Now, let's print the model. I'm using a Bamboo lab printer, the A1 Mini. I really like this printer. So far, it's been very reliable. As for filament, I always print with PETG. It's durable and quite easy to post-process, especially sanding the surface to remove the layer lines. Once the 3D printed mold is ready, it's time for silicone molding. I use tin cure silicone. This type of silicone uses a catalyst to cure. It's more affordable than platinum cure silicone, also known as a 2-part system. Tin cure silicone is easy to find and widely used for mold making. Stirring can create a lot of bubbles. As you can see here, there's a clear difference before and after stirring. That's why we use a vacuum chamber, to remove the bubbles. My printed mold needs about 280 grams of silicone to fill it, all the way to the top, covering every brick model. Well, that was a little too much, but it's still okay. Now, let me introduce my saucepan vacuum chamber. I made this vacuum chamber a while back, and it's still working great. Of course, with my spouse's permission. Let's start the degassing process. Watch the surface of the silicone. You'll see bubbles rising and collapsing. Even though some bubbles may still appear, that's normal during vacuum degassing. Once the bubbling slows down, you can stop the process. It's best to avoid over-degassing the silicone. Just a small reminder, after mixing the silicone with the catalyst, you'll need to degas it again. Make sure to shake the catalyst before using it, especially colored catalysts. I'm using a 3% catalyst for 280 grams of silicone. Your product may be different, so always check the manufacturer's instructions. Once you mix in the catalyst, the pot life begins. Your working time is only a few minutes, so be quick and prepare everything in advance. Make sure to stir thoroughly so the mixture is evenly combined. The nice thing about using a colored catalyst is that you can clearly see when it's fully mixed. The saucepan vacuum chamber is back in action. We need to remove the trapped air bubbles again. I might have gotten a little too excited while stirring, so we have to move fast. Watch the bubbles. Wait until they stop rising. To avoid slanted bricks, make sure the mold is perfectly level. Now, pour the silicone slowly. Start from the center and let it flow toward the edges. You can move the pour point, but avoid pouring into empty areas. If the silicone flows smoothly, it means the curing process hasn't started yet. We're still within the pot life. This silicone needs a minimum of 6 hours to cure, but I'll give it 24 hours, just to be safe. You can cover it to protect both your silicone and your pet. Okay, after 24 hours, the silicone is fully cured. No sticky spots at all. Now let's take the silicone out of the mold. Okay, just what I wanted. And no visible bubbles. That means my saucepan vacuum chamber is still doing its job properly. Now, let's make some bricks. For casting, I use white cement, iron oxide for coloring, and some water. You can see the measurements on the screen. I prefer mixing the cement and coloring before adding water, just a personal preference. I use less water to make the mix thicker. That means less water needs to evaporate, which helps reduce sink marks on the brick surface. However, a thicker mix can cause another issue: air pockets. To prevent air pockets, don't pour directly into the brick slots. Instead, pour along the edge and let the mix flow into the slots. And with a thicker mix, we need vibration to help it flow. I use a cheap massager to vibrate the base of the mold. It works well enough for the job. Normally, I secure the massager against the mold so I can pour and vibrate at the same time. That makes the process much faster. But to keep the top-down camera angle, it's a bit harder to do that here. But if you have a vibration table, this step can be done in seconds. Remove the excess mixture to make sure the base of the bricks is flat. Now we'll wait about 6 hours until the mixture is dry and safe to demold. It's been 6 hours. Now, let's take a look at the results. The bricks look great. No visible air pockets. I'm really happy with the final result. The 3D printed mold, the silicone mold, and the casting process all worked perfectly. Even my saucepan vacuum chamber is still doing a great job. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for your time.